we've talked about the Icopuca Cloud, the pink cloud that we put on the shopping cart.
Yes, yes.
One of the things that I'm now entertained by is, I think because it's so, she's little and the shopping cart is wide and this thing covers the whole thing.
Yeah.
And now it's so soft and comfy.
She just sleeps.
Now Baby Josie does the north side lean. and I don't... And I said that to Kelly. She's like, "What's the north side lean?"
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's just is that a Syracuse thing?
It must be a Syracuse thing.
But when we were growing up, when we were younger,
the guinea lean, or the
we would call it the north side lean, where everybody would be driving around, left hand on the wheel, right hand right elbow on the center
pretty
console.
Much in the passenger
you can
seat.
barely see over the dash. But so now she kind of does that.
That's
and
funny.
I don't straighten her up because it just looks so
cute. Yeah.
She's kind of hanging out there looking.
So funny.
So she does the north side lean, which I think is really cute.
North side.
This is the Gray Hair and Daycare podcast, with a combined age of 111 years and a combined IQ right in that same range. Your hosts, Frank Sirio and Carlo Russo. Welcome back. Here we are. Once again, a lot less time in between shooting, in between recording this time, which I think is nice.
You mean after a year and a half we're getting good at this?
It's like, it has been a year.
Oh, yeah.
So it was a year, October 29th, and we're in November now.
Wow.
October 29th was
and we haven't really missed a lot.
Was the release of the first episode. So
We've been pretty constant. I mean,
we've been relatively.
Good.
I mean, since the baby.
Well, yeah. At first, I mean,
because we were on before the baby every week. Every week.
Oh,
we were doing weekly episodes. Now I'm lucky if we
see what kids do. They ruin our podcast time.
They take a lot of time, but worth every second.
Every second.
So as always, I am Frank Sirio. I am 56 years old, and my little girl, Baby Josie, is 8 months and 1 week old.
God, 8 months?
She is 8 months and 1 week old. Yeah. It's crazy.
That's creeping up too.
Yep. It's moving.
God.
It's going by fast. It's
the difference though. I mean, we came over last week for dinner with my wife, and it's just so much different. I think the last time we had dinner, Baby Josie wasn't even. She couldn't even hold her head.
Oh yeah, no, she wasn't. I don't think she was doing any of that stuff yet.
And now she was like sitting there with a chicken in her hand, and
yep,
scaring the heck out of us.
Dealing cards, telling dirty jokes. It was crazy.
It was awesome.
It's all good stuff.
Yeah.
So we are going to get right into it. We have an action-packed episode for you, and we'll start off with almost always I find something to do a book report that is not a book. So here we are with Book Report. So, as always.
All right, what's the article?
So the article is from Newsweek.com.
Okay.
So I get these news alerts. I would never think to look for kid stuff on Newsweek. But this was, I think, a really good article. And it brought up a lot of my own childhood trauma that we can talk about.
Okay.
So it is a child psychologist reveals parenting habits that create struggling adults.
Okay.
And basically it was a psychology professor named Daniel J. Morin. And he had there were a bunch of blurbs, and basically what it was talking about overall throughout the article is parents that generally may have not had the best childhood that then decide they want to make their child's childhood perfect.
Okay.
So they remove all obstacles, and they're constantly trying to make things perfect for the kid, which has its own set of problems, right? So, he's talking basically the Daniel Morin, I think he made a few points that I thought were really good. Learning to stay present, feel the hard stuff, and keep moving forward. That's what matters. Talking about letting the kid struggle a little bit safely, but not just not making them dependent on you by doing everything for them when there are things that they can do.
Right.
That you're kind of robbing them of any sense of agency or accomplishment or things like that. He also made a point, which I thought was really good, about overscheduling versus boredom. Now, I know my childhood, there was a lot of boredom.
Yeah. Imagination goes crazy.
And that was exactly his point. boredom is where creativity and self-direction
Absolutely
grow. Yeah. Like, I mean, I remember a lot of times but that's what you do. You turn to your own imagination and creativity.
Well, that's where people pick up drawing or building something or playing an instrument or even reading. I'm bored. Let me, guess this book everybody talks about. Let me see then all of a sudden you become a great, reader and love books. So you need to be bored. You need to be bored.
And I don't think I don't know if the overscheduling thing, when your boys were coming up, there was probably just a little bit of that, but you guys,
we had one thing that they loved, and it was football. And we kept it to that. We didn't add to that.
Pick your thing.
Right. We tried not to do like 5 sports. I see people doing sport after sport or a club after club or whatever it is. And that just takes away from everybody.
Right.
It makes your day a lot longer and harder. Then you don't spend a lot of family time because you're always running around if you have more than one child in different directions. Right? So I don't know. I don't think we sat down and decided that. I think that was life.
That was the way it happened.
We'll go to football. And the nice thing is both kids were there. And me and my wife were both there. So we would walk around. We'd do our exercise. We would talk. And we'd watch our kids. So we kind of made it a family thing. But we didn't overload it.
Right. There's a lot of that. And in some ways, I think, like my nephew, both his daughters have been involved in competitive volleyball. Right? He coaches, and that becomes a thing that he does with his daughters. Right. But
it's their thing.
It's their thing between dad and daughter, and I think that's awesome.
Great.
But at the same time, it's super expensive, and he spends a lot of time, like whole weekends, and it's an investment of not only money, but a lot of time. So kind of the final point that the one psychology professor made, if we want confident, capable young adults, you have to let kids practice being uncomfortable. A little discomfort today can build the psychological flexibility they'll need tomorrow.
Absolutely.
And I think that is 100% true.
Because life is not a bubble wrapped.
No.
You know what I mean? There's going to be edges. It's going to hurt. And sometimes you might get cut. And you have to figure it out. You got to build them coping mechanisms.
They have to be. That's 100% true. The other one that was mentioned in the article was a Dr. Samantha Whiten, I think is how you pronounce it. Dr. Samantha Whiten, and her little blurbs, which I think myself, over helping breeds over dependence.
Oh yeah.
Very true. And then she talks about kind of like the see, try, do method of show your kid how to do something, watch them when they try, and then step away and let them do it with confidence. Like, you got this, and step back.
Also, it's nice when they can't do it and you watch them figure it out.
Right.
Instead of going, no, this is what you do. No, just let them do it, because they will either figure it out, or, they're going to remember, like, oh my God, nobody's going to help me out. I got to keep doing this. Even if I fail, I got to keep figuring this out.
Without a doubt. And what's funny was I was talking to Kelly about this earlier, because in my childhood, when I wanted to learn to ride a bike, my father had bought, it must have been like on sale, right? So he bought a 26-inch 10-speed bike.
Okay.
And I was a child. Right? I was little. That was the only bike I had, and it was very clear that was the only bike I was going to get.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Now, he was also, when I was like from maybe very beginning in school till maybe 12 or 13, my dad was in a pretty serious depression, right?
I think you did mention
so he was like
not
completely
out.
Yeah, missing, right? So when I'm learning to ride a bike, there was nobody helping me, right? My sisters and brother had already moved away. My dad was not around for that, and my mom was doing everything else. So I wasn't allowed to like take the bike out on the road, right? We lived kind of in the city, and so our driveway was run across like big rocks. And I have this 26-inch bike, and I remember as a kid, I would go get, there were cinder blocks laying around our yard for whatever reason. I don't know why. I would get a cinder block. I prop the bike up. I would have to get on the cinder block to get on the bike.
You're riding the horse.
Yeah. So I'd get on the thing and then try to go.
Yeah.
And with the rocks. And I remember doing that a lot and just thinking, even at that age, I knew if I wanted to be able to ride a bike,
I got to do this.
I had to figure it out. And thank goodness, I think after probably seeing me do this a lot, my sister's first husband, my godfather, Tom, took me
to the street.
He took me to a guy who sold used refurbished bikes.
Oh, okay, got you small.
And they got me like a 20-inch Schwinn normal bike that I would have a fighting
BMX
chance with. Yeah. And I learned to ride on that. And
God, I have the similar story. Jesus.
Right. And I think, and I remember my father's comment on that was, well, I don't know why you would drive a Ford when you got a Cadillac in the garage. Like that was his thing. Like mine's better. It's too big, right? Yeah. Like that's the way my father thought.
I'll be on that when I'm 14.
Yeah. When I'm 14, it'll be great.
It'll be great.
And then I think about, I'm telling this story to Kelly and she's like, this makes a lot of sense. I'm like, because I'm always, number one, with whatever I do, I'm never afraid to just like
do it.
I figure stuff out. I have always been that way. But I think for me, it almost has worked to my detriment sometimes because it is foreign. I don't ask for help. I don't like to rely on.
You're on the other spectrum of it.
I will. Yeah. Like I don't like having that stuff. And I think so.
That's important to have.
Yeah,
with
right?
everything. I mean, like, relationships, work. I mean, you have to have that. It's time for you to help me. Yeah.
I feel very alone in many parts of my life. Because,
I can see that in you
because of that, right? I don't want to ask for help. I don't want to rely. I will figure out how to do and build and create whatever it is I want to do or build or create, which is good. But I don't want my daughter to think that way. Yeah. I want her to have the good parts of what I have, but I find it's finding
that we're human. We all need help.
Yeah, and know that it's okay. Yeah. That you can rely on people, and you should. If you have the right people in your life, they want to help you.
Well, you have to be whole. You have to be a whole person.
Yes,
right?
I have a hole. I don't.
You have a hole in your heart. No, you have to be a whole person, and that's complete. And right. Not that we're all. I'm saying I'm complete or you're
no
complete.
Man is an island. Basically.
Right, no one's an island. Right. But I had this similar. With my dad. I don't know if he was depressed. I think he was, and never. Obviously, we didn't know what it was.
You just called it. You just called it.
A mad person.
He was angry.
Angry Sicilian.
Yeah.
And also wasn't very fatherly.
Sure.
And my mother was like you. She did everything else. So riding a bike was not even in the cards.
Right.
I remember for me to get a bike.
Yeah.
And I don't feel proud of this, but that was back in the day. I think I had to like talk somebody out of like their own bike, and I kind of like stole it.
Yep. Took their bike.
I took their bike, and I said, I'm going to paint it for you and all that, and I never gave it back. And the father came.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
So I remember my next door neighbor, older gentleman named Carl, he said, I'll sell you a bike. And I think it was like $5.
Right.
And somehow I got it from my birthday money or something. I had $5.
Mm-hmm.
And I give him the money, and he pulls up this 26-inch, 27-inch, huge women's bike.
Too big for you.
And I'm like, I guess I'm going to ride this. This is what I got. Yep. And my next door neighbor taught me how to ride a bike. Her name was Janice. Nice. My parents never did.
Yep.
They never, so that kind of told me like my parents are not going to do it. So you have to kind of
find somebody
figure it
who will
out
help
yourself.
You.
Yes.
Yeah.
You kind of have to find somebody.
Yeah, that was your lesson.
Right. That was my lesson.
My lesson was keep going on the gravel.
Right.
Until you can do it. Although I did end up with help.
Get some help.
Yeah, yours was find somebody.
Find some help. Yeah,
somebody will help you.
Yeah,
and it's interesting to think about with that stuff. The article was really good. And to think about that. Yeah, you've got. I can see it even now with Baby Josie, with just learning to crawl. Like her instinct is not to figure it out. You have to let her kind of work at it, and you can hear she makes these little. She's frustrated. She's frustrated, but you keep her trying for a little while, and then you move on and give her a break.
There's plenty of stuff that we're going to help them out with anyway.
Yes.
Right? I mean, it's not like, oh my God, don't do anything. That's impossible. You're going to do it. There's ways that, I'm still doing something for my 24-year-old and my 19-year-old. But again, if you are that parent, the helicopter parent, I guess, parenting, that nothing.
The bubble wrap parent.
Right. I'm going to do everything for that. I mean, come on. I'm not the smartest person in the world, but just think of it. That can't be healthy on any aspect of this child growing up.
Well, we joke about a lot of the results of that stuff. That's the person who wants to bring their mother to their interview for their first job. It's like,
if they even go to work.
Wouldn't you feel? Yeah. I mean, I would just feel like such. I know that at some point there would be some gratification in helping my child, but I would feel like such a failure.
Oh my God! As a parent, I'd be like, "What did I do?
What did I do?
I'm going on an interview because he's not or she's not comfortable.
Yeah.
What? Oh my God! What did I do to this person?
Yeah.
It's
interesting.
And unfortunately, there's a lot of children that were brought up this way.
Yeah, there were.
So
anyway, it was at Newsweek.com. The two professors were Daniel Morin and Dr. Samantha Whiten. And it was a really interesting article.
Yeah, very interesting.
So that was our book report. Don't miss any of the fun. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And now, this is another. Last time we had I was wrong, but I was right.
Right.
This time we have I was wrong.
Okay.
You were wrong.
Of course.
So here we are with I was wrong. So this time, I was wrong came to me in the form of a text message from your lovely wife.
Okay.
Where she took issue with, I think I was saying how brilliant my wife is.
Yes.
And she was mostly jokingly saying, so she's the only brilliant wife. And then Carlo didn't say anything. Now, what I think works in your favor, though, is the next episode, before she...
Is that episode out?
That she hasn't seen yet, but she will. You say, our wives are so much smarter than us.
I said, we're dumb.
You said exactly what she wanted to hear in that episode, but didn't. I kind of doubled down. I was joking with her because she says that, and I text back, I'm like, I don't think I just said wives. I just think I said, she's the most brilliant person I know. And she's like, oh, that's even better.
There's not one time I do not feel like a stupid man around my wife. God forbid if I watch Jeopardy and I know nothing. So I sometimes sit there. This is honest to God. I sometimes sit there and go, did I go to school?
How do these people know these things?
Did anything retain in this peanut brain? Anything? Because I'm like, did I skip that day? History, math, English, everything.
I wish I could remember. I don't even know what it was. You know how Windows will change your desktop.
Windows, yes.
To a different thing. Mm-hmm. So this time I turn it on and I think it might have been a monkey.
Okay.
But it was a cute picture. So I'm like, oh, Kelly will like this. So I snap a picture on my phone. I text it to her and she replies, oh, and then she names like this.
What it is.
And I'm like, she's like, oh, is it that? And I'm like, only you know, like,
right.
I sent it to you because I thought it was cute.
Yep.
I don't know what this is.
This reminded me of me, a monkey. Yes. And you know the name of
Actually,
it.
He's a distant cousin.
He's a cousin.
Yeah.
I'm right with you. I tell everybody anytime I have that my wife is the smartest person I know.
The first time I ever heard of the term marrying up,
I
think they were talking about George W. Bush, the younger of the two, and his wife.
First lady.
He would openly talk about how much smarter she was. She was like a school teacher.
And everybody agreed.
And everybody was like, yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we got you, Prez.
Yeah, you married up.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, and I feel that way too.
I consider you very smart.
I'm pretty smart.
You got stuff going on.
She's
I boil water and that's about it.
No, we're both lucky. We're both lucky men.
We are.
Trina, you're brilliant too. Your husband said it without being prompted.
No,
you just have to rewind.
Was a show. Yeah, it was
a different
something we recorded before we got involved in this whole I was wrong thing.
But we think of you so highly of you. We still do the I was wrong, even though We kind of proved ourselves the other way.
We weren't wrong at all.
And yeah, not at all. Not even a little. So that was, I was wrong. And now we'll move right into what just happened.
What happened, Frank?
So we just talked about kind of the first thing that would happen, which was she has graduated to the big tub. So that means now we're kind of at this place where we have to make the decision of what happens to the equipment that is no longer used. Because now we got the tub.
The grown out equipment.
Yeah. Does it go?
Well,
do we think about I
got questions for you.
Yeah,
I got questions for you.
Right.
Now, and I love you to death.
Yes.
You're 107 now?
107, yes. My real age. My biological age.
He's a vampire.
Yeah, my biological age is
generally,
undead.
I would say to a parent that has that question is, are you guys planning another child?
Yes.
Okay.
That would be the question. I wasn't.
Right. That would be your first question. Well, you guys are, probably planning on 1 or 2 or 3. Keep it. I don't want to get into personal life. So 1 is reusing it. Yeah. Obviously. Yeah. 2 is giving it to a family that needs it.
Yep.
Or 3 we just kind of not rescue mission. What is it called? Donate. So what do you think?
This is one of those things that I think, obviously there's my age and then there's Kelly's age.
Yeah, 2 different ages.
Kelly is significantly younger, but still she was just at the point of what they considered she's considered a geriatric pregnancy, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, my mother in 1969 was 42 when she had me, right? And that's right around, and that was her best work. And now, Kelly's around that age.
That age, yep.
So I'm not, there are challenges. But I don't know. And we have not had, we just kind of smile at each other when that question comes up. We haven't had a real serious conversation, but.
Well, you're not ready for it.
I would think, I don't know.
The conversation, you're obviously not ready for it.
I am already thinking I would do this again in a heartbeat.
You do 3.
I don't care how old I am. If there's a breath of life in me, I would want to experience all this again.
Because you're still. I mean, we talk about being old, but you're still not an old person.
There are physical challenges, and I'm sure they're going to get they're going to get a lot worse when she's mobile and running around.
And you get to experience stuff.
Yeah, no, I think, and I'm not sure. I'll be interested. I would say with almost 100% confidence that there's no way Kelly would say,
forget it.
No, nah.
Shut it out.
She may not be as enthusiastic about it as I am, but I know it is important for both of us to the idea of having a sibling, right? That
we all have, right? You come from
right. She has great memories with her siblings. You and your brothers.
Yep, we have our
and mine is different, but I have wonderful relationships with my siblings as well.
Can I ask you a question?
Together ones, but.
Are you mad that you had older parents? Do you think something is missing that you're like, I can't believe they had me?
No.
Exactly.
No. I mean, they were different. I always said that.
That's what your kids, they're not going to be like, why did they have me?
Yeah.
No, they're going to be like, I'm so glad I had my parents.
Yeah, and honestly, even if that ever came up, like, I could just tell them stories about what I was like when I should have had kids, and they'd be like, thank you.
You weren't ready. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't have been a good dad.
But at the same time, because I say that about myself,
yeah,
I think we are responsible enough to know if something like that happened in our young age, we would buckle down.
Oh, yeah.
I just know
no,
us.
without a doubt.
I know us.
Yeah.
We didn't because that situation didn't happen. So we didn't buckle down.
I have been surprised. That is one of the things that really surprised me about becoming a father. Mm-hmm. And that is, I was very productive and good at, and very I worked hard. I was in a slouch before my baby.
Oh, yeah.
I worked really hard at lots of things, right? Personal stuff, professional stuff. Mm-hmm. And I am way more driven since that little girl was born than I have ever been. And I never would have imagined I could turn it up. Not that I was a dynamo, but I never felt like I was phoning it in, right? Like I always try to work hard and do a good job and really do the best I could with whatever I was doing. And now it's just like, I work later. I spend more time. I do less. I can't imagine, like when I think about the amount of time I spent watching television or playing video games or doing all the things, none of that stuff.
Doesn't matter. Yeah,
you don't even think about it because I'm thinking about all the other things that I want to do for us and for her. So yeah, I think you're right. I would have stepped up. But because I never would have expected this, but still, I also know I'm just,
I mean, I wasn't young, but I wasn't in my 50s either. I was early 30s,
right.
early 30s. And I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know. But I'm also glad that I never really got too bad as a single person. I didn't get into drugs. I didn't get into alcohol.
Yeah, you weren't a mess.
I was a mess in like maybe financial. I didn't know how to, take care of myself that way. Because again, my parents were helping me going, oh, don't pay for rent, live here for free. Yeah. Which now that kind of ruined me because now I'm like, well, money means nothing. I don't have to pay for anything. I'll just waste it at a bar hanging out or out to dinner.
You were able to have a different lifestyle than you would have been able to.
So yeah. But what I would say to that question would be if you're still in that mode of I don't know, you hold on to it. You hold on to those items.
Yeah, and I think that's
you store them until you don't have to store them anymore.
Yeah, I think that's I think that's what we will do is set the stuff aside because hopefully somebody in the family will need them.
I mean, it will work itself out if you guys are ready for that conversation. And then, now my question is not to get too detailed. Would it be harder or better? Is it harder or easier the second time for pregnancy? I don't want to get into
I think
detail.
there are always challenges, but I don't see, I don't know. Obviously,
bodies
the
change,
risks, there's two things. The risks, I just read a lot about, just recently, there was a whole slew of articles about the associated risks of an older father. Right. So somebody at my age,
I know you're saying,
risks of autism
with the baby
and things like that.
Downs and
Down syndrome. So
you kind of have to put that
there's that, but I don't believe I think we're both generally healthy people we come from good stock. It's like Italian, Polish, Indian,
that's
solid, right? Like we're okay.
See, I had the my wife and I had the option. Obviously, we were younger, so we, I have a 24-year-old and a 19. So there was a time, where we didn't even honestly think about it. We were just raising our first.
Yeah.
And then it got to a point where we're like, oh, wait a minute. We probably want a brother or sister to have around,
give them something to play
with.
Yeah.
And I just had to look at my wife when she got pregnant, and didn't even enjoy the fun part. But
I'm pregnant.
But it took a while. I mean, it took a while for us to get to that conversation. When we did, we were ready.
I don't think it'll be like that for us.
That's what I mean. We were younger. Right?
I'm like, we'll see.
It has to be like tomorrow
when I'm 62. Yeah, it'll probably be quicker. But no, honestly, I would. And in the idea, I am thrilled with having my daughter. I've never been happier in my whole life. But the idea of having a little boy.
Yeah. I mean, you got your daughter already.
Yep. Having a little boy. I like having the older sister and the younger brother. I like that dynamic.
I always wanted an older sister. I mean, I love my older brother. I love my older brother and I love him. But I always thought like I have my older brother for brother stuff. Yep. But I always wished there was like somebody older than him, like a female older, that can help us all, you know? Yep. Kind of like in between a mom and...
an assistant mom.
Yeah.
But no, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But so we graduated to the big tub. We got to get rid of this stuff. Now, one of the things that we've covered a lot of ground and we've got even more to share with you about Baby Josie's adventures, but we're going to close for now.
So don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
Thanks for sticking with us. Don't forget to give us a like on this episode, and we'll see you next time. Well, folks, that's another episode of the Gray Hair and Daycare podcast in the books. Thanks very much for tuning in and spending this time with us. We hope it was fun. If you enjoyed this week's descent into the madness of dadness, be sure to subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss any of our future adventures. And while you're at it, give us a like and share the cast with your friends on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Carrier Pigeon, whatever you crazy kids are using. Have any hilarious parenting stories of your own? Questions about navigating fatherhood later in life, or even when normal people do it? Email us at ghdc.podcast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. And now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to bed.